It seems that payment processors' priorities are way out of whack. They are targeting adult NSFW content that is behind adult filters, and yet they're fully okay with being officially partnered with platforms like Roblox. And right now, gamers are absolutely roasting them over this because Visa and Mastercard both have direct partnerships with this game. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, obviously, I do not think that adult NSFW content should be targeted, even though I'm personally not somebody who would purchase one of these sex simulators. It is okay content to have online because ultimately we are talking about pixels on a screen, we are talking about fictional characters, and if you don't like it and you feel uncomfortable with it, you do not have to purchase it and you don't have to play it. But there are nannies out there, individuals at certain companies and people at certain organizations that feel like adults should not be able to consume controversial content. That means that we have to start banning history books like the Habsburgs. We have to start banning titles like A Song of Ice and Fire or A Game of Thrones. We have to start banning so many different pieces of literature and entertainment. It would be insane if this censorship slid even further down the hill it already has. And unfortunately, Visa and MasterCard are not relenting on this. They are standing their ground saying this is all disgusting, inappropriate content. And they're saying, well, technically, they're not the ones that are removing it. They really are just forcing these platforms to remove it. Otherwise, they're going to rip their services away from them. That's why Valve has removed so much content. itch.io has removed so much content. And while some of those games on itch.io have gone back up, like all of the free NSFW ones, at this point in time, there are still thousands upon thousands of developers who are not able to make money off of their creations. And again, it's perfectly fine content if it is properly rated, if it is behind adult filters, which of course they are. When you go to Steam, you have to enter in your age, and that should be enough, but it is not to these nannies. And now, of course, we have the ROBLOX situation going on. I haven't talked about it at length on the channel. I've discussed it in some live streams. I highly recommend you stop by for those, but it's a very complex situation, right? Because obviously Roblox is a mega platform, and I don't believe that it should be just shut down overnight because there is some inappropriate content on that platform, but I do genuinely believe that they should be monitoring it a little bit differently than I would say Activision Blizzard should be monitoring their games, because there's a difference there. Roblox is a E for everyone game. It is made specifically for children. It's a children's chat room, and with something like Call of Duty, right, that's an M for Mature title. If a child is playing an M for Mature game, that's on their parents. Their parents are to blame for allowing them to consume that content. But with Roblox, I do think that there should be certain barriers in place. I'm not necessarily saying that, oh my gosh, every single parent should be forced to put in their ID and sign a waiver saying their kids can be on this platform. But when there are individuals who are calling out certain accounts and pointing out their predatory behavior, I believe the accounts that are partaking in that predatory behavior should be taken down basically immediately. And it's a really weird that Roblox was almost defending these individuals and not removing this content. But now that this Roblox situation is going on, there are millions of gamers really calling out Visa and MasterCard for their hypocrisy. Now, I'm not going to talk at length about the Roblox situation. There's a ton of other videos on the platform talking about it. And, I feel like a lot of people are already pretty well versed in it. But this YouTuber named Schlep had basically started targeting these individuals on Roblox. He had made some accounts. He was basically trying to bait them into admitting their disgusting tendencies, and Roblox has labeled basically anybody like this vigilante groups, and they actually made a statement on this. Roblox's chief security officer, Matt Kaufman, had published a blog post talking about the moderation policy policies of the platform. And the fourth section addresses vigilantes, which Roblox defines as groups or individuals violating our policies to entrap users or otherwise self-police the platform. Maybe you should be doing it yourself and other people wouldn't feel like they had to take it into their own hands. They said any account, including those of vigilante groups or individuals caught violating our policies, will face consequences up to and including removal and banning where warranted. Schlepp believes that the blog post was released as a direct response to his videos, which I think everybody has basically come to that conclusion at this point. We know that they had also said more recently vigilante activity evolved. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, vigilantes started impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users. Those conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior and actively encouraged other users to connect on other social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own safety system. Yeah, but if it's that easy for one person that's an adult to do it who is mimicking a child, never mind how many times it is actually happening to real children. I really just don't understand this mentality, but my major problem with this entire situation, right, is the hypocrisy of it all. Talking specifically about Visa and Mastercard, I obviously think that Roblox needs to get their shit together and actually protect users on their platform because most of them are children. But if we look at Visa and Mastercard, right, they have been targeting adult NSFW content that is properly rated, that is clearly only marketed to adults, that is behind adult filters on platforms like Steam. They've been targeting that for removal, but they're perfectly fine with being official partners of Roblox, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Savvy had said Visa and Mastercard are in direct partnership with Roblox and have been mentioned in association with events as well. How is that brand risk going? It's so rich that Visa and Mastercard had referred Valve to their brand risk policies, or that part of their toss, because they said, oh, these NSFW games are a brand risk, and they think that Roblox isn't. They haven't cut ties with Roblox, probably because Roblox makes so much money, but so does Valve. Visa and Mastercard, how much do you love helping predators get to kids? And yep, Visa and Mastercard are also in strategic partnership with Roblox, which consists of them running in-game promotions and offering exclusive reward items. Not only do they refuse to enforce their own rules the same way they did with Steam, they continue to implicitly support a platform which protects peas. And as you can see right here, it talks at length about some of their policies, their partnerships. Mastercard is a partner of Roblox, offering various collaborations and promotions within the platform. Specifically, Mastercard has been involved in events like Grammy Week on Roblox, providing virtual items like the Mastercard Aviator glasses. Additionally, Roblox gift cards can be purchased using Mastercard and redeemed for Robux or premium subscriptions. Mastercard's presence in Roblox, partnerships, and events. Mastercard has collaborated with Roblox to host events like Grammy Week, offering virtual items and experiences. And it even talks about how Roblox gift cards, which can be purchased with Mastercard, allow players to add Robux to their accounts or subscribe to Roblox Premium. Visa is also a partner with Roblox, notably for the Olympic World presented by Visa experience on the platform, celebrating the Olympic Games Paris in only 2024. So it's not like this is years and years and years old. This partnership extends beyond the Olympics, with Visa also utilizing Roblox for other events like the Visa Live at the Louvre, showcasing musical performances and art experiences. So yeah, that's a really bad look for them when they're saying adults can't consume the content they want, but also predators are perfectly fine to run rampant on Roblox, and they take no issue with that. They're not demanding that Roblox remove these users, or they're not even saying that they need to put new protection measures in place. It's just very inconsistent and, of course, very unfair, and gamers are raking them across the coals for this. Not particularly shocking. Apparently, they're saving all their risk-taking for peas, leaves nothing else for fully consenting adults playing games. There's also this, and yes, the major shareholders common to Visa, MasterCard, and Roblox are Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, Not particularly shocking. I wonder if Visa and Mastercard will deplatform Netflix for cuties? Of course they won't, because they're not consistent in applying their rules. Why they're truly just targeting these NSFW games, I don't know. I don't truly believe it's just because Collective Shout had complained. I think that they always plan to do this, but why they're not also targeting Roblox, why they're not also targeting Netflix and even book companies, right, is really beyond me. So, yeah, it's not looking very good for them right now. Fiction-based content is a no, not allowed, but real content and ongoing harm be like not until the law makes us stop it. Of course, because they're hypocrites and just want a virtue signal by blacklisting fringe purchases that won't actually hurt their bottom line. Oh, look, they knew Roblox has had a problem for years, but that's okay as money. But games, they are evil. Predators good. You can't make this up. So yeah, they're getting absolutely wrecked by gamers right now, and rightfully so. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on the situation. You hate to see the inconsistency, but I can't say I'm particularly shocked given they are official partners of Visa and Mastercard. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.